Many people understand English but struggle to speak. If you are one of them, then you are the right place, because not only you, majority of the people struggle to speak. They can understand, they can feel, but struggle to speak. If you are facing the same issue, you are on a right video. Hi, this is Arif Uto, a spoken English trainer. Over the last 5 years, have been teaching English, and I have taught numerous number of people successfully. Over to you, Mr.
Yeah.
Anand.
Hi everyone. This is Anand Raj. I have been an educator, a content creator from last 4 5 years now. So
Hmm.
I have been teaching English. I have been running the business as well. I have an institute, read and achieve classes. So out of my own experience today in this session, we are gonna guide you how to get rid of this problem. Yeah, numerous people know how to understand English, how to write English, how to read English, but they do not know how to speak in English. They are very hesitant how to speak in English. They don't have any way. So we are going to help you out in this session how to overcome these problems and these barriers.
Well, speaking English fluently, speaking what I believe, that's my perspective. Speaking English fluently takes time, but people do not have the patience. Impatiently, they take the decision, no, it is not my cup of tea. I cannot learn English, and they leave their journey in between within a 1 month or 2 months. I have the solution. I cannot say I have the solution, but I have written some points. Mr. Anand and I, we are going to discuss that particular point. Once you will listen these points, you will understand that what to do and what not to do. The points are: lack of speaking practice, fear of making mistake, limited active vocabulary, thinking in native language, no English vocabulary, lack of confidence. Do you understand English but struggle to speak? Okay, you have a lots of question in mind but hesitate to express. Do you freeze when you utter something? You are on a right place today. So first of all, Mr. Anand, that we will discuss a lack of speaking practice. We will discuss and give some sort of idea that how speaking enhance the English language. What's your opinion about that? Do you think lack of speaking practice that enhance our speaking ability, Mr. Anand?
Of course, I will answer your question, Arif. But before
Hmm,
that, I would
hmm.
like to explain one word that you had used in your phrasal verbs, like cup of tea. So please explain this word to the audience, because we want to also teach them how to use these words and
Yeah.
expressions in their sentences.
A cup of tea in a sense that there is a positive as well as negative meaning. Something, a person is very comfortable, and very, what should I say, a person is very comfortable doing something, and it is easy for him or her to do that particular thing. We call the cup of tea. For example, teaching student, especially beginner, it's my cup of tea.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. All right.
Learning and
Uh,
spoken English, learning a grammar is not everybody's cup of tea. It is just an example I'm telling you to make people understand. What is your cup of tea, Mr. Anand?
Yeah, the same thing. Like talking with people is cup of tea for me.
I
I enjoy
see.
talking to people. Yeah,
uh,
like I can say one more thing, that teaching is kind of cup of tea for me. I have
yeah.
been in this teaching business since
Mhm.
2017, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. So that's my example.
Well,
Mm.
I'll tell you that it is nowadays it is a hot potato that everybody discussing about how to speak English, how to express the idea. Although there are so many conclusion are there available on a YouTube, but nobody follows it. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the hot potato. I would like to drag the people's attention toward this idiom, hot potato. Hot
Please
potato,
explain it also.
hot potato in a sense that people, that people are any controversial things or something that which is everybody talking about, that particular thing we
Right.
call the hot potato,
Hot
that it's in
potato.
the market, every individual talking about. Yeah, that's true, that on a YouTube, especially English learners, they always talk about each other, that how to learn, how to speak, how to be fluent in this language. So this is the hot potato nowadays, isn't it?
Right. Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So l- let's come to the point that lack of speaking practice. I want you to enlighten our audience that how it's essential that people don't practice their English.
Now, see, there is a 70-30 rule as far as the
Hmm.
speaking is concerned. And according to that rule, like you have to learn grammar and all that stuff 30%, and you have to speak 70%. So you need to follow this rule. Otherwise, if it doesn't matter how much you are learning things, writing or reading, but it won't help you to speak in English. Speaking is totally the different skill. So you need to practice speaking, like you need to open your mouth, you need to communicate with people around you, or you need to cultivate the surroundings. Because I know it is difficult to make the surroundings, and surroundings is one of the most important thing to speak in English. So I think you need to go with 70-30 rule. Like you need to speak 70% and you need to learn things 30%. So just take the input 30% and just give the output 70%, and you will see the big change just within a short span of time.
But there are some there are judgmental people are there.
Hmm.
Some people have the inferiority complex. What they
All right.
think that if I speak, if I utter something, people would laugh at me, they would make fun of me. So what about those people? What do you like to say? Even though I would like to drag your attention that what if, as you are telling me, that start speaking, but what about the vocabulary? There are two type of vocabularies are there: active vocabulary and the passive vocabulary. Passive vocabulary, that when we read, when we listen, we understand, yeah, this is the meaning of that particular word. But the active vocabulary, what happened when we speak, then we need to use that particular vocabulary. But some people, they are not habitual of using that active vocabulary. So how will they make the sentence? How will they speak? How will they utter? As you are telling me that start speaking, but how? Is there any rules? Is there any structure? What to do first, and then to do next, and then do the third one, fourth one? Anything idea you would like to tell me?
Now, see, first of all, you had asked me a question like sometimes people judge you for your English, they mock at
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is the process. So when you go through the learning journey, then definitely people are gonna do it, because it's the truth of our society. Like people do not like somebody who is going forward or trying to do something new. So when somebody laugh at you, somebody is mocking at you, you should understand you are trying to do something new, and it's the process. So don't take it like a big deal. Just think, yeah, it's normal. I want to speak something, I want to achieve my fluency, and I will have to go through it. And most important thing is that remember your goal. What do you want to do? What you are going to get at last? So once you remember your goal, once you know, like, where do I want to go? No, nothing like laughing or mocking or heartbreaking will stop you. You will keep going forward, right? Next thing, you had a second question. Can you remind me the question? What was it?
Fear of making mistake. This was my second question.
Okay, so fear of making mistakes. Like
Mm.
everybody is fearful of making mistake. Even the bravest person in this world, right? They had fear, but they conquer it. Like, so you
Mm-hmm.
need to conquer it. You need to remember one thing, that whenever somebody wants to do something beneficial for themselves or for the society, they have to go through the process of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So one who wins over fear, they always go ahead in their life, and one
Mm-hmm.
who is stopped by fear, they always lag behind in their life. So you need to overcome the fear. Now, how you can start speaking a small chunks of sentences? Like look at in your home, around yourself, and start translating the little objects in English. Like right
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm here. So in front of me, you are Arif. You are Arif in front of me, right? Arif sir.
Yeah.
Some
Mm-hmm.
there is a tripod. So there is a tripod in front of me. Okay, I have a light, and light is falling on my face. Kind of, I am making the bit complex sentences, but you can start with the simple sentences. There is a pillow. I sleep on pillow. I have a fan in my home, or just simple sentences, right? You do not need to start speaking like any great speakers at first. So start breaking down the sentences, start making a small sentences, and this is the first step. I think they can go through the first step like this. Yeah.
We are like we are the idol, we cannot say the we are the real example in front of the public that we both have come from Gujarati or Hindi medium, although we have clear our struggles, isn't it? And we have learned English. So it is all about speaking, it is all about practicing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it
What I
is.
have seen, what I have seen that lots of people have studied, they have a very huge, a big degree, but won't be able to stick only because of their efforts. Effort in a sense, they only read, they have the passive vocabulary, passive words, but they are not trying to speak. Well, we cannot say that they have no environment. You will not get the environment, you will have to create an environment.
Right. You have to create. And you talked about active and passive vocabulary. What is active
Mm,
and passive? So let me go with it. Let me dive deep into it. Like I have learned two words. One
hmm.
is improve,
Yeah.
and other word I read nonchalant. So
Nonchalant.
nonchalant is kind of, yeah, passive word. Matlab beparwa.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use it as often as
Hmm.
I'm gonna use it improve. So improve is
Hmm.
the active word. Like it
Hmm.
is a word we come across every day in our daily life. But nonchalant is something that we are not using every time. And even we can, make a sentence without that word, and we can send our message to the audience. So the big words that we learn, that those words we do not come across often, we do not use in our daily life, that is a passive word. And I have seen lots of my friends, they know lots of vocabulary words, passive vocabulary words, but when it comes to speak in English, they do not speak. The problem is that they have knowledge, but they never tried speaking, they never articulated their thought. So that's why that 70% rule will work. Like always, whatever you are learning, just learn 30% and speak 70%. Try to articulate 70%.
Well, when you read, at the same time, you have to incorporate that vocabulary or that grammar at the same time. What I do, just now, you have given me an example of nonchalant, isn't it? So what is my tactic of remembering the vocabulary? I write down the word nonchalant, and then I downside I write the synonyms, antonyms, and the example. And when it comes to speaking, I willingly, deliberately try to raise this point of that my student always nonchalantly speaking with me. For example, I'm telling you, all my students, they speaks nonchalantly always. If I say hello, then only they answer hi. If I say
Mhm.
how are you, then only they answer I am fine. So in a sense that they do not raise their query, so they always answer me nonchalantly,
Right.
unceremoniously. Always they answer me nonchalantly and unceremonious manner.
Wow, wow. Great use of the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
You cleared
So
everything now.
yeah, so this is the way I enhance my vocabulary, because using a various vocabulary enhance your speaking capability.
It
This
does.
is absolutely, this is okay. Now the third point I would like to raise here, thinking in a native language. You know, initially I also used to do so. That initially, when I was a learner, I used to think in English, in Hindi or in Gujarati. Then I translate it into my mind, and then I deliver it.
Hmm.
Do you used to do so?
Yeah, I think everybody does it. So I
Mm,
used to do as well.
mm-hmm,
While I was speaking English, I had to think a lot, and
mm-hmm.
sometimes it used to take so much time that I will forget my next idea in between, right? So what
Yeah.
I have to speak next time. So it
Mm-hmm,
happens with everyone at the beginning because we are somebody who is learning English on the basis of our mother tongue. It's not that
mm-hmm,
directly we are translating things in English. We
mm-hmm,
first we learned Hindi, so on the basis
mm-hmm,
of Hindi or our mother tongue, like you are from Gujarat, so Gujarati, so on the
mm-hmm.
basis of Hindi or Gujarati we are translating thing, and transfer like transition is happening in our mind. So what happens at the beginning, whatever we want, we will have to go through that phase where we will start translating. We
But
make
how can we refrain? How it's a point. How can we refrain this procedure? How to think directly in English language? Is there any medicine do you have that's available in a medical store?
I
Would you like
think
to recommend?
I think that method can work. Like you need whatever little English you need to
Mm,
start thinking directly about things in English. Like I have
mm,
tripod, I have a light, I have a
mm,
mic. I'm talking with Arif. Like
mm,
these sorts of simple sentences can help
mm,
you. Otherwise, I don't even think that you can directly start speaking in English. Why? Because our basic foundation is Hindi or our
mm, mm,
mother tongue. So while we are speaking with somebody in English, still we are translating thing in our mind. What happens with us after over the time? Like this transition process get so faster that even we don't realize that we are thinking in Hindi, and directly we
absolutely,
start translating in English. So it's not
absolutely.
if somebody is saying you directly you can start speaking in English, then
Mm,
it is possible only when you are in native speakers country, like a native
mm,
speaking environment. Otherwise, if
mm,
you are in other environment, Hindi speaking environment,
mm, mm,
or in other environment, then you
mm.
need to first think in your mother tongue. Yeah. Now what can you do with the practice? You can make this transition super fast that nobody will be able to understand. Even you will not feel like you are translating things in English.
So the conclusion is practice,
Practice.
practice, practice. What's
Practice.
your opinion about shadowing practice that people say most of the time that practice in front of mirror? Have you ever done? Have you ever done like that? That have you ever practiced in the front of mirror? Have you ever tried to record your own voice, your own picture? I have never done it. I have
I got it.
never done. I have no idea about that. Do you have any idea about that? How to do a mirror practice and it is effective or not?
I have idea about it, right? I think
Mm-hmm,
I done it, and I done it for quite a long time in
mm-hmm,
2022, 21
mm-hmm.
around. It
Okay.
helped me a lot. Reason is that we do not know exactly how to spell the word, how to
Mm-hmm,
move your tongue or everything. So when we do a shadowing, then we allow our muscles, jaw muscles, or our tongue to move in exact direction where we can pronounce the word correctly.
mm-hmm,
So that's why it helps. And you talked about the mirroring practice. I did not mirrored, but I think I recorded myself so many often. I used to record myself, but still I record sometimes. So
mm-hmm,
I can filter out my own mistakes, and I can understand what are the weaknesses that is
mm-hmm,
still in my English, and I can
mm-hmm,
correct it. So that's why I do it. But shadowing was just to improve my pronunciation. I was horrible at it. I remember like I couldn't speak a single word correctly because I had knowledge of grammar. I knew how to read, write, and but
mm-hmm,
speaking was totally new terrain for me. So
mm-hmm,
I had to go through the shadowing method, and it helped
mm-hmm,
me. But different people, different person, different methods work. So it
mm-hmm.
depends on you. Like you told, shadowing you never done shadowing, things like shadowing. So
Never.
what was the thing that you did most of the time which helped you to improve?
Well, I'll tell you, I believe in reading. I read and I research. My main focus on researching a particular idea, particular grammar, particular vocabulary, how it works in a real life, that as you know that I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
I must have all the concept clear. But when some concept come in front of me that I have no idea, then I take some time from my student. Give me some time, will clear your concept. Meanwhile, I get the time in order to I get time to clear all my concept, and I research through various videos that available on YouTube, articles available on a Google. And now that the advanced system, we have a chat GPT, AI technology. I ask and I clear all my doubts regarding. This is what
Hmm.
I do. And what second thing I do, I practice. Now I no need to practice, because as you know that we have some on certain level. And the third most important thing is that vocabulary. Vocabulary plays a huge role in order to speak flawlessly. And if you really want to express your thought exactly what you are thinking, then vocabulary plays a vital role in your speaking. And most importantly, I would like to tell the beginners that take one particular subject. Have you heard about the Chinese painting technology or painting method, that when they want to paint something, they only paint a one part of the that canvas. They do not paint the entire painting together simultaneously. No, they only paint one portion of that 1 by 4 portion. Then one by one at the end, they completed all their canvas and they placed together. Same strategy I applies. I used to do this that tactics. That, for example, you want to learn simple present tense. Give your entire 1 week to simple present tense. Don't change the subject. Don't even try to go to the simple past. Stay in a simple present tense. Watch, research, analyze the entire YouTube and Google, and entire 1 week. And the next week you change your subject from simple present tense to simple past. This is what the strategy I used to do so when I was a beginner. So what
Hmm.
people do, in the first hour they are learning simple present tense, and the second hour they are learning simple past. So that will not help them enhance or sticking on the particular area of what they are trying to enhance.
Okay, so you're suggesting that first command over one, like one sort of things. If you are
Yeah.
learning tenses, then first command over simple present, and later think about the other tenses.
No, no,
Right.
no. Even though I'm not saying like that. Look, simultaneously do all things. What happened? What people consider that why they are not able to speak properly, because what they are consider people that no, I don't know properly. Once I will learn English completely, then only I will speak. That's not gonna work. You speak also, you read also, you write also. But when it comes to understanding the grammar, stick on a one grammar first of all. Stick on a one grammar entire week, and then I'm talking about in a grammar portion. I'm not talking about in the
Okay,
other
got
portion,
it.
especially in a grammar criteria. That stick on a one particular grammar entire week. Understand each and everything: affirmative, negative, interrogative, how to raise the question using simple present tense, everything. And then you go to the simple past next week.
Got
So
it, got it.
clear your concept. Like, this is what I do. This is what I
Mhm.
used to do earlier.
So
Yeah,
can
this
we
is my.
move
Yeah,
on to our next question topic?
absolutely, absolutely. Our next topic is not being in a speaking environment. Majority of the people, they still says in the AI technology in the 21st century era, I don't have the partner, so whom I speak. How to find a partner. But I really don't want to advertise any social application. But there are multiple applications are available for as like hi bro.
Yeah,
Where,
hi bro. Hybro is Mr. Arif is the founder of Hybro. So guys,
yeah.
if you have lack of practice partner, then please install this app Hybro, and you should practice with the Hybro. It is great app. Yeah, and you will get to learn so many things there. Right. So If you are lacking with the practice partner, then go with the Hybro. There are other applications too, but I will suggest you Hybro right now because it is, founded by Mr. Arif, who is our guest on this podcast today, right? So can you
Thank you.
please tell them a little bit more about your application?
Well, Hybro application is all about a speaking application where you can find anonymous people with whom you can speak, share your ideas, especially in English. And we have right now more than 10,000 subscribe user there, and they are genuine user. They are serious user. They've been practicing over the last 3 to 4 year might be on a Hybro app. And all the main thing I would like to tell you over here, even it doesn't matter on a Hybro or over a video call, people should learn first of all the communication skill.
Right. I
For
believe so.
example, yeah, for example, people wants to say so many things but they do not have the idea what
Idea.
question should be raised, what question should I ask. So what's your opinion? Do you have any idea? I have the idea how to raise the question, because I go off-handed. Whenever I go to teach my student, I go there without a preparation. I go off-handed. So how I manage, I would like to tell the people that how to manage the situation, how to raise the question. First of all, I want you to tell that do you have any idea how to create an environment, how to raise the question?
I think it's totally up to you. Like, how do you want to raise the question? For example,
Yeah.
right now I'm talking with you. I'm paying attention to each and every
Mm,
sentences that you are speaking and whatever you are trying to say. And
mm,
out of that,
mm.
if I'm curious about something, I can raise the question. So that simple is it,
Yeah,
right? So out of curiosity, the
absolutely.
question will come. Other thing
Ab-
is that if you are not good at asking the question at all, if you are a beginner,
mhm,
then try talking with yourself sometimes. Wherever you are,
mhm,
try to talk about any other particular topic, like if bird is chirping in the tree, you can talk about it, or
mhm,
you can think of while for it, and then you can raise your question within yourself and you can answer it, right? So there
mhm,
is no persons, because you are
mhm,
absolutely beginner, you right now afraid of speaking question to somebody else,
mhm,
then you can do it. But if you have partner in front of you, if
mhm,
somebody is talking with you, then pay attention to his questions or answers,
mhm.
and according to the situation you can frame your questions, right? Mm.
But rather people prepare himself how to answer, not how to raise. What I have observed on a various platform, that as soon as the opponent is saying something, that listener getting ready to give the answer, not ready to raise the question. This is the biggest point, that they are not ready to understand, they are not ready to listen, but they are preparing himself or herself to how to answer. So first of all, listen, and when you are listening, at the same time write down, if you are not familiar what they are saying, write down and then raise the question. Raising a question is very very essential, Mr. Anand.
Of course it is, because it also shows your ability to
Yeah.
understand some topic. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
only one who can raise the question, who has paid attention to the speaker, right? So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
need to pay attention to the speaker to raise the question. Right now we are able to talk with each other because we are paying
Mm-hmm.
attention to each other, and we are
Mm-hmm.
listening each other, and we are trying to ask the question genuinely, which
Mm-hmm.
is which we can ask to each other.
I see. Absolutely. Now let's move further. Our last point, that no structure speaking practice. They have no structure. Structure, in a sense, I'll tell you. I want to learn English. What to do first? Should I speak? Should I read? Should I write? Should I listen? What to do first? What to do first? What's your opinion about it? That where they should start? They should start doing each and everything, or they should do particularly reading, particularly speaking, or particularly watching conversation videos. What's your opinion about that?
Now, see, as far as our overall development is concerned regarding English,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do all these activities. But there
Yeah.
is uh, what can I say, line between all these activities. Like you can
Mm-hmm.
do something more, something less. That is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But altogether, you'll have to do all these activities. For example, listening works for me, and I
Mm-hmm.
listen a lot. I remember
Mm-hmm.
when I did not used to write or did not used to do lots of other work. I
Mm-hmm.
used to only listen to the things, and listening was
Mm-hmm.
something which helped me to speak in English, which helped me at
Mm-hmm.
least even if I do not write and if I do not
Mm-hmm.
read out. But if I listen,
Mm-hmm.
then with the help of that listening, whatever I remembered, I can speak somewhere. Right. And that's how I cultivated this habit. But it is not the same situation for everyone. Somebody can
Yeah, yeah.
read somebody can learn lots of things by reading out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can
Mm-hmm.
learn things by writing, because I have
Mm-hmm.
met so many people. Somebody told me, yeah, writing helped me a lot because I love writing. Whenever I write something, I think a lot. I bring the all sort I try to bring the beautiful sorts of structures in my English, so that
Mm-hmm.
structures remain in my brain and I use it in speaking. Somebody told me when I read out loud, it helps me a lot. And somebody also told me listening. So it depends person to person. So like,
Yeah.
if somebody need to find their own strength, what is the strength in him and what is the
Mm.
most liked activity by them.
Well, I am utterly convinced with your point. I also suggest the same thing, that do all the activities simultaneously. Read half an hour, watch half an hour, listen half an hour. Or if you are not comfortable in writing, you can skip writing portion. But all the if you will do the all activities simultaneously, and the same time, whatever you are reading, whatever you are writing, if you will implement while speaking, believe me, you will see a drastic change within a couple of months. Within a
Yeah,
couple of months. Okay, let's
definitely.
sum let's summed up our video, that the most important first step one, speak daily, even alone. Describe things around you, as you said to me in the initial stage of our video. Second, stop translating. Think in English. This is the most important task. I would like to tell that, how to think in English, Mr. Anand. That I'm telling the people, no need to think in English. I'll tell you. In my point of view, for example, you are structuring a sentence first of all. Okay,
Right.
you are structuring a sentence. I would like to tell them one simple idea. Ram khana khata hai, for example. So what the learner should do, first of all, try to find out the subject. Find out the subject. What is the subject in the entire sentence? And then find out the verb. And then find out the object. And place one, two, three, subject, verb, object. Initially. Once you will do initially, no need to think in English. Just do this thing. Follow this tactic. Subject, verb, and
Uh,
object. Subject, Ram eats food. Ram khana khata hai. That's it. No need to think in Hindi, in our native language. If you will follow this structure, first month, second month, initially you will face problem. But if you will continue this structure, you will not face any problem. Keep in your mind this structure: subject, verb, object. This is the
object.
second. Practice with AI, or that various applications are available. Step 3, learn and use vocabulary and implement while speaking. The fourth one, join speaking communities, talk to other people, research, analyze, and watch the video, research it, and record yourself sometime, or talk to the YouTubers like Mr. Anand or like me, as and try to evaluate your English journey. Is there
Yeah.
anything you would like to add here, Mr. Anand? Is there anything you have the
I
point you
think
would like to?
all the point that you have mentioned below is
Yeah.
all these are applicable and one can use it to elevate their
Mm,
English. So always
mm,
one need to be positive in this journey, right?
yeah.
Never think
Mm,
and never be in hurry. It takes time. So
mm,
always have a patience to speak good English. It takes time. So all these points, if they are going to apply in their journey, then definitely they will see a remarkable shift in his English just within a short span of time, and they will feel a great improvement.
And I would like to add one more point over here. Be optimistic. Don't judge yourself. Don't evaluate. Don't measure your English each and every day. Your English will be improved 1% a day, and you cannot measure that 1% each and every single day. So, if you really want to measure your English every 3 months. After every 3 months, you measure your English. How will you measure? Go and talk to other people. They will automatically praise you and they will ask you that how would you or how did you learn English. And don't be in hurry. Be optimistic. Every Indian and every individual is a talented. If you will work hard, you can gain the fluency. This is what I want to say.
Yeah,
So
sure, sure.
let's ramp up the session. I hope you enjoy the session. I hope that we worked very hard, especially Mr. Anand and I, to write down this script. And the first episode is available on my channel. If you would like to watch, you can watch. And this is the second episode. Third episode will be telecast on my channel again in the upcoming week. So hit the like button, write your comment if you would like to, that you would like to
Suggest
share
us
your
anything.
ideas, suggestions. You
Mhm.
are most welcome. You are most welcome. Okay, take
Thank you,
care.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. So, thank you,
Bye.
everyone, for watching us. And if you have any suggestion, then please write down in the comment below. We will love to implement it in our next session. Thank you very much for everyone.
Bye.
So,
Bye.
bye,
Bye.
Arif.